Protesters took to the streets across major U.S. cities pushing for impeachment. Demonstrators chanted and held signs in Chicago, New York, Nashville, and Atlanta.
They were joined by a large group right here in Salt Lake City as well. Fox 13's Brian Schnee joins us from downtown Salt Lake City with what protesters are calling Impeachment Eve. Brian.
Yeah, Bob and Kelly, the cold temperatures did not deter protesters from coming out tonight. They packed the front area of the Federal Building here at the corner of State and 100 South. Ultimately, they just wanted their voices heard on Impeachment Eve. Hundreds coming out in favor of impeaching President Donald Trump. Some supporters driving by during rush hour in downtown Salt Lake City Tuesday night.
It's time to stand up and let the whole country and the world know that we are better than this.
Salt Lake Indivisible organized the Utah edition of Nobody is Above the Law.
Rule of law! Rule of law!
Which consisted of more than 500 nationwide protests in favor of impeaching number 45.
I want to have the president impeached and hopefully removed from office.
It's not a partisan issue. Our democracy is under threat, and everybody should care about that.
We asked people why they're seeking impeachment.
Inviting a foreign power to interfere once again in our election to benefit him, withholding taxpayer appropriated dollars to leverage that, it's all very wrong.
Our president's actions, both in abusing his power and in obstructing Congress from its investigation, amounts to impeachable offenses. And the country needs to take this very seriously.
And while the protest was primarily those in favor of impeachment, each person we spoke with agreed that this country needs both sides of the aisle to support one another.
I know he probably won't be taken out of office, almost certainly, but it still matters that he's held accountable.
Even if he isn't removed by the Senate, it's important that it goes down in the history books that we impeached him and that citizens like me stood up in favor of that.
Tonight's protest, again, basically 100% in favor of impeaching President Donald Trump. They did have a couple counter-protesters that came by after the main protest had ended. There were only about 5 of them. They stood just behind me in the same spot, waving a flag. It did not trigger anything, as tonight remained peaceful. We're live in downtown Salt Lake City tonight. Brian Schnee, Fox 13 News, Utah.